It's July. Phase 2 just kicks in. That means 2 bills are getting paid by my portfolio automatically. $203 a month combined. $10,957.51 is what the account is worth today. Welcome back to another episode of Almost Wealthy. I show you real numbers behind my buy, borrow, die portfolio. No filters. Someone in the comments asked me to break down how my M1 Smart Transfers automation actually works. Not just the idea of it, the real accounts, the real numbers. So that's this whole video. 3 accounts. I'm going deep on every single one. What each account does, why it's built the way it is, and the exact numbers running through it right now. Before I get into this account, I want to share something. I've uploaded 50 videos in this channel, which was a milestone for me. It's been a grind. I love talking about finance and different ways to build wealth. I appreciate you being here. Clicking on the video genuinely helps the channel grow. If you're vibing with this kind of content, help me hit my next milestone, which is 1,000 subscribers. I'm less than 50 subscribers away. If financial talk like this is your thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and thank you. Before I go account by account, here's one thing you need to know. Skip this part, and none of this will make any sense. So let's get into it. My freedom of time is my portfolio. That's the actual investment. SCHG, SCHD, SPYI, VYMI, and GPIQ. My margin on freedom of time is a completely different account. Same name, different account. M1 treats them separate. Most brokers don't do this. M1 splits your investment portfolio and your margin balance into 2 separate buckets. That's an important difference, and it's easy to miss. The portfolio holds the investments. The margin account is the loan. It's tied to the portfolio, but it's separate by the buckets you borrow against. 2 of the 3 accounts I'm about to cover point at the margin account, not the portfolio. You mix that up, and none of this works the way it's supposed to. One more thing. You do need $2,000 in your portfolio to enable margin on M1 in the first place. But once the margin is enabled, none of these accounts care about your portfolio size. The mechanics are the same whether you have $2,000 or $50,000. Only the dollar amount changes. Okay, now let's get into the 3 accounts one by one. Account 1, which is called deposits and investments. This is the account every deposit lands in first. Paycheck, side transfer, anything. Its only job is getting new money into the market. I don't decide case by case, it just happens. Inside M1, this lives under more money than smart transfers. The rule watches this account. Once the account balance goes over $250, it sweeps the extra money into the freedom of time portfolio. Then it gets invested. This isn't a runtime move. It runs forever, automatically. Why $250 and not $0? I like a small buffer sitting there, just in case something is clear before the next transfer lands. Anything past that buffer has no reason to sit idle. Here's a detail that people miss. That $250 buffer isn't doing anything. It's parked in a high yield cash account, so it's earning interest on that regardless. Here's the part I like. If that interest pushes the balance over $250, the rule sweeps that too. Say I earn $3 in interest one month, the balance ticks up to $253. That extra $3 moves over to the freedom of time portfolio. Same as everything else. Nothing sits idle here, not even the buffer. Let me walk you through a real example. So let's say the deposit lands and the account goes from $180 to $940. That's $760 over the $250 line. The rule fires the same day. It sweeps that $760 in the freedom of time to invest. Then that money gets swept across my holdings. The $250 stays behind as a buffer. I never approve a transfer. I never even logged in. It just happens. The same way it happens every time I deposit across that line. It removes the moment where money just sits there, waiting for the right time to invest. There is no right time for this system. Now, account 2, which I call incoming dividends. This is the account where the dividends land in. Before anything else happens to them, its job is to pay down my loan. Automatically, using money the profile already made, once the balance clears $1, it sweeps straight to the margin on the freedom of time, not the portfolio, then the loan account. The target is simple. Keep paying it down until 0% is borrowed. When I first built this rule, dividends were only about $24 a month. It barely moved the needle. My blended yield across the whole portfolio is 5.23% now. That means real money hits the loan every single month automatically. This account gets stronger on its own as the portfolio grows. Bigger balance, bigger dividends, bigger paydown. I never have to touch the rule again. Let me walk through what a single dividend actually looks like moving through this rule. So let's say SCHD pays a quarterly dividend. My share lands a few dollars in this account. A few days later, SPYI pays out too, since it distributes monthly. Each one of these might be small, but they stack up this account until the sweeps fire. Once the balance is over $1, the rule sends it to the margin. My loan balance ticks down by the exact amount same day. The $1 threshold means almost everything gets swept. None of it just sits there. Multiply that across 5 ETFs, all paying on different schedule. The loan gets chipped away at almost every week of the month, not just once. Account 3, bill pay and borrow. This is the account my real bills pull from. It's tied to my checking account. Or if auto pay isn't an option, it's the account I pay a bill manually on a company's website. Its job is refilling itself from margin whenever it runs low, so a bill never bounces. This is also the account that needs the most care, so pay attention here. The rule watches for the balance dropping below $25. Then it refills the margin of freedom of time up to the target I set. That target is where the real thinking happens. The refill target is just the bills I'm putting on margin plus a buffer. When I first built this, only my phone bill was on the loan, $98 a month. So I set the refill target to $110, a $10 buffer. The source has to be margin of freedom of time, the loan account, not your bank account, not your portfolio. And there's a hard safety rail on top of all of that, an LTV cap. Mine is 12%. That means the rule refused to borrow 12% of my total portfolio value, no matter what the refill target says. Here's the part that changes recently, and it's exactly why this account needs regular attention. My internet bill, which is $105 a month, will join the loan alongside the phone bill. The two bills now, $203 a month combined, still running through a refill target built for just one. The $110 wasn't enough anymore. So I went back into the exact rule and I raised the refill target to $210. Size to cover both bills with a real buffer this time. The triggers changed to $50. The source stayed the margin account. The LTV cap stayed at 12%. That number never moves just because the bills did. Here's the math behind the new number, so you're not guessing at your own. $203 a month borrowed at 5.65% a year works out roughly $11 a month in interest. My dividends are covering somewhere around $40 plus a month at this portfolio size. That's better than 3 times coverage. That's what tells me the buffer size is just right now. Here are the mistakes that actually breaks this account. One mistake, pointing the source at your bank account instead of the margin. The rule either fails silently or it drains cash that you needed. Mistake 2, forgetting to raise the refill target when a new bill is joined. Mistake 3, skipping the LTV cap entirely. Without it, there's no ceiling on how much your rule can borrow over time. Mistake 4, never checking back. These rules run silently. A problem can sit for weeks before you notice it. Catching that before it happens is the whole reason this account needs a monthly glance. Everything else runs untouched. You can also raise the number later as more bills join. What you shouldn't do is skip the LTV cap. Just don't hope you remember to watch it manually. Set the cap first every time before anything else about the rule matters. How the 3 connect. Put all 3 accounts side by side and here's the full path your money takes. Account 1 gets new deposits invested into the portfolio. The portfolio throws off dividends. Account 2 sweeps those straight into the margin account to pay down whatever's borrowed. Account 3 refills itself from the same margin account. It keeps your bills paid, capped at a limit you set. 2 of the 3, account 1 and account 2, scale automatically as the portfolio grows. Only account 3, which is the bills account, needs a manual check-in, and only when your bill list actually changes. Think about what that maintenance actually looks like over time. Right now, it's 2 bills, $203 a month, 1 refill number. At the next phase of my bill stacking plan, it becomes 3 bills. A bigger refill means a bigger refill number, same rules, 5 minutes of editing. Every phase after that follows the same pattern. Add up the new bill total, add a buffer, confirm the LTV cap hasn't drifted, save. Account 1 and 2 never see maintenance at all. Shrink the part that needs a human down to 1 account. Automations run the repetitive parts. I still own the decision that changes the shape of the plan. Realistically, the whole monthly check takes about 5 minutes. I open the app, glance at the LTV, glance at the bill list, close the app. Compare that to the alternative. Manually calculating and transferring money for every bill every month forever. To wrap this up, that's the real detail behind all 3 accounts. Exactly how they're running today. Account 1, deposits and investments, gets new money working the same day it lands, even the interest on that buffer. Account 2, income dividends, pays your loan down automatically and gets stronger as the portfolio grows. Account 3, bill pay and borrow, pays your actual bills from margin capped at the limit you control. It's the only account that needs the monthly glance. $203 a month in bills paid by the portfolio, not my paycheck. If any of this is useful, or if you got questions about your own setup, drop them in the comments. I'm trying to hit 1,000 of you before too long. I post these updates every week, real numbers, no filters, 3 accounts, 1 loop, a portfolio that covers a little more of my life every single month. I will see you on the next one.